Well, there's one thing we all agree on, which is the fact that public funds cannot be used to handle the personal legal issues that Mr. Governor finds himself in. That's something that we all agree on, and we agree that that is an abuse of public trust. Now, in terms of evidence, the evidence is directly from the Lagos procurement website, the agency's website. And after he came on your show, we put out a statement where we quoted where we got those numbers from directly. You can download it from the Lagos procurement website. And it was in January 2023. We literally took snapshots of the documents. We have the downloaded hard copy of the document. So it's very, the brazen way that they come on air and lie is really unbecoming and is a real abuse of public trust, because we did not manufacture these documents. We put, if you look on my social media, we put the website where you can go, Lagos State's own website. And let us bear in mind that these are awards that have been paid. These are not budget estimates. These are payments that have been made. The companies or institutions that are getting payments are listed. The description of what these payments are for is listed. And it's not just the legal services. I mean, Mr. Funsho Duarte has done a brilliant work in analyzing funds that are so padded. I have focused on things that are impeachable. So, for instance, taking money to spend on decoration of campaign offices, which was seen in the June report. Taking money to spend on delegates, organizing political delegates congress, which is in the July report. So these things are listed. There is no controversy. They are listed. The website, the link where you can go and download it is there. We noticed that they've started adjusting some of those documents. So we have somebody that's been on the site, time stamping the documents in real time throughout the day. So we know for a fact that these documents are genuine because we got them from Lagos State itself. And it points to the brazen way that they've established that the state treasury is linked to their accounts and there will be no consequence. That's why they can brazenly put this on there without expecting any consequence to come out of it. And that is something that we as a people must address, because in times of such hardship, and if you notice from when I started campaigning, the key foundational column part of my campaign was transparency and accountability. And you have to do that to earn public trust. An institution where 200 million naira, and that's what we've seen, is being spent on pre-election matters. I don't even want to imagine what was spent on the actual tribunal and all of that. But these are documents that are gotten freely from the Lagos State website. So that's where I'm going to stop there.
All right then, Mr. Roseviver, thank you for joining us today. Now, in calling for, Governor Sanwo-Olu's resignation, you specifically cited these payments for legal representation and other expenditures. The Commissioner of Information and Strategy, Mr. Gbenga Motosho, has assured that Governor Sanwo-Olu will not and has not misappropriated public funds. Now, what specific steps would you recommend to independently verify and scrutinize government expenditures to ensure fiscal responsibility? And I also want to just bring your attention quickly to one of the procurements that was on the website, where they spoke about the 152 million naira for the restoration of the water supply at the official residence of the Oba of Lagos. I want to know what your thoughts are on that, because he specifically said that in itself was them giving back in a way, in a CSR, because that is one of our longest standing palaces. So what are your thoughts on that, and how exactly would you handle that going forward?
Now, I believe that our traditional institutions need to be developed, need to be propped up, needs to be, you go to England, you go to Buckingham Palace, you should see grandeur. This is how, it's an investment actually, because that's how you attract tourists to come into the state to see something different. Again, a government can argue and try and wiggle his way out of a lot of things, whether it is 7 million on billion on fans that they then say was a 1.998 billion naira mistake. That is all well and good. What I'm trying to focus on, and this is extremely important, is when you take public funds to deal with political and personal matters, right? A government has its policy, has an agenda. If its agenda is to invest in traditional institutions, to prop up the palace, to create a nice, beautiful surroundings for our traditional elite, I believe that is fantastic, right? It's an investment. It's something that can be linked to tourism. But again, the focus must stay on the fact that the public assets, public funds, are for the benefit of the greater Lagos, are for the benefit of the people of Lagos. They cannot be used to settle legal fees of the governor or decorate or carry out things for a political party. Political parties have means by which they generate funds, and they can justify how they spend it. They sell nomination forms. They have means of income. And it should be unacceptable that taxpayers' money, people that wake up early in the morning to go to work and they're paying their taxes via payee, these are monies that will now be used to settle another man's legal expenses. It's completely unacceptable.